Testing led authorities to Sheila Keene Warren. The defendant ended up marrying the victim's husband.
It's like a Lifetime movie plot.
This is going to be a riveting case.
Lori Vallow Daybell and her husband Chad. It went from a story about two missing children to remains that were found. It's the doomsday couple on trial. It is crime time here on Closing Arguments. Let's bring in tonight's guest. Joining me, Assistant Chief Jailer and former Chief of the Major Crime Section, Lieutenant Colonel Adam Lee III. Adam served as a police officer for 30 years. He oversaw homicide cases, robberies, special victims units, and a gun assault team. And he's the former Assistant Police Academy Director. Also with us, retired Deputy Inspector of the New York Police Department, Corey Pegues. Corey's a 26-year veteran of the NYPD. He spent 14 years as a combat medic with the U.S. Army and New York National Guard. He's also the author of the book, Once a Cop. Lieutenant Colonel Corey, great to have you both back on the show. I want to begin in Yonkers with the Yonkers police. Officers save a baby from a car.
Well, we almost felt the building vibrate a little bit, and then when we went in, we saw the car through the storefront, and then we were being advised that there was a woman in front of the car, and then later on, somebody was saying that there was a baby with her, and they didn't know where the baby was. Going back when we heard our body cam, we heard the baby screaming in the body cam, but in the incident, neither of us heard the baby screaming when we were inside the store as we were assessing the situation.
Grab the baby. Grab the baby. Come on. I got it. I got the baby. I got the baby. Hold up. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, you really don't think about it. You just kind of have to do something. We weren't going to be able to move the car off of the baby, so the only way to get her out was to try and lift it up.
All right. Have you ever seen anything like this, where officers happen to be there, this drunk driver knocks into this woman, a baby pinned under there, and they lift up the car, Lieutenant Colonel?
You know, Vinny, I've never personally seen anything like this. I mean, you hear stories, heroic stories about people developing superhuman strength and having the capability of lifting a car off of someone. But unfortunately, me personally, I've only seen tragic situations like this where it didn't end as well. But this is a once-in-a-career type situation probably for these officers.
Corey Pegues, you're in New York. How about those officers from Yonkers?
Oh, man, great. You know, my takeaway from this incident is the cool, calm, and collectiveness that the officers had. You know, there's no police academy in America set you up for this, but they're both like 10-year veterans, at least 10 years on the job. So this is after going through hundreds and hundreds of jobs and knowing that when you see that scene, you can hear everybody screaming and yelling, but the cops was clear and concise, giving great and getting that baby out and saving that baby, that child's life and the mother. Great jobs. Kudos to Yonkers Police Department.
Amazing stuff, and thank goodness they were there. And you had some citizens stepping in as well, everybody working together, the community, working with police to save that child. Next story comes to us from KERO in Bakersfield, California. The sheriff's deputies end up getting shot during a standoff.
You know, I was there when the wife and the mother and the father.
A visibly emotional Sheriff Donnie Youngblood confirming that one of his deputies, 35-year-old Philip Campas, a 5-year veteran, had been shot and killed in the line of duty on Sunday, July 25th, while attempting to rescue 3 shooting victims inside of a residence in Wasco. Sheriff Youngblood went over the investigation, saying around 2:53 p.m. on Sunday, the Kern County SWAT team approached a house after receiving calls of gunshots and possible victims. As SWAT approached the front door, the male suspect began shooting at the deputies with a rifle. Deputy Desander Guerrero, along with Deputy Campas, were hit by the suspect's rounds and were transferred to Kern Medical. 2 other deputies were hit by shrapnel and remained on scene. While Sheriff Youngblood did not go into the details about Deputy Campas's wounds, he did say that Deputy Guerrero, a 10-year veteran of KCSO, was treated for gunshot wounds to the upper body and was released from Kern Medical on Sunday night. Sheriff Youngblood fighting back tears, sharing when Deputy Campas's family was notified of his death.
I can tell you they're devastated, as we are. This was a star.
And they weren't alone. Several agencies gathered outside of Kern Medical just hours after the shooting, including California Highway Patrol and Kern County Fire. 100 deputies escorting Deputy Campas to the coroner's office.
He was an academy instructor. He probably touched this organization as much as anyone that I've ever seen in such a short period of time.
Deputy Campas was not only a SWAT team member, but a patrol deputy and a recruit training officer, joining the department back in 2016. Deputy Campas served as a U.S. Marine Sergeant in Afghanistan in 2008 during Operation Enduring Freedom. He leaves behind a wife and 3 small children.
It is tough. How do you respond when a fellow officer is shot and killed? And it was a tense standoff. This was a very, obviously dangerous situation. Corey Pegues, I'll begin with you.
Yeah, unfortunately, since 1992, I probably only missed 3 line of death injury funerals for NYPD officers. And unfortunately, I also had a cop that worked for me, Officer Omar Edwards. He was a rookie for me, and when he got his permanent assignment in Harlem, we was in Brooklyn. He was coming out of the precinct, and somebody was breaking into his car. He ended up running down the street. It was a friendly fire shooting, but he ended up dying. And, I was a liaison to his family. It's a very, very tragic time when a police officer is killed in the line of duty, and all you can do is just be there for that family. And that's if there's any light in it, and when a cop dies, when that mayor or that police commissioner, police chief stands up there and says that we'll be here with you to the end of time, that's serious in policing. They will be around that family of that fallen officer to the end of time.
Lieutenant Colonel, this is obviously extremely difficult. It's the part of the job that is there day in and day out.
Yeah, anytime you spend as many years as Corey and I have in law enforcement, unfortunately, if you make it out alive, you know and you remember many of your comrades that have been killed in the line of duty. So it's something that really shakes us to the core, but we really have to keep our emotions in check, especially when responding to scenes like this, because unfortunately what can happen, an officer can respond to a scene like this and not really reflect upon his training and let his emotions take over him, and then thereby putting himself in a jeopardy type situation. And unfortunately that happens. We've had officers killed going to scenes trying to assist other officers.
Lieutenant Colonel, I just want to pause for 1 second because you said something and it really struck me. And if you think about it, folks, he said, if you make it out alive. I'm just a guy on TV. My day, you know what my day is like. Now think about the job that these 2 guys have done and everyone else does. And that's something that's real, something they have to think about every day, and about retiring if we make it out alive. I mean, there's other professions, it's not even part of the equation. So just want to tell you, both of you, how much admiration I have for the job that you did and you continue to do for all of us. When we come
Thanks,
back,
man.
Lieutenant Colonel and Corey, going to stay with us. We got more Crime Time straight ahead.
I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. I stream, you stream, we all stream because Xfinity has the ultimate streamer setup. Get reliable internet with unlimited data, plus a free Flex 4K streaming box. And the cherry on top? Peacock included at no extra cost. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal.
See these smiling faces? This could be you. Join the Champion Credit Union members who have earned over $150,000 in cash back. Refinance your car loan from another lender and earn 2% cash back, now up to 96 months on select models.
Hey, bro, you just threw that in here. Yeah, because it was in his pocket, and I don't want to hold on to it.
If we did not have body cameras, I'm fearful that we would never really know exactly what happened here.
Video goes viral, and then police release the body cam and tell the rest of the story. Another thing we're looking at tonight in our Crime Time segment. Still with us, Lieutenant Colonel Adam Lee III and Corey Pegues. This comes to us from TMJ in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. An officer accused of planting evidence.
I got you on camera. We're all good.
Body-worn video from a Caledonia police officer shows the reaction of a man after that police officer throws a plastic baggie in the back seat of the man's car.
Hey, bro, you just threw that in here. Yeah, because it was in his pocket, and I don't want to hold on to it. It's on their body cam that they took it off of him, so.
That video released hours after a 15-second cell phone video was posted to social media, accusing the officer of planting evidence. Police later say that baggie was nothing but trash.
I think it's very unfortunate that a short cell phone video clip can generate all of this negative attention. And luckily, we do have body cams.
Misinformation surrounding the traffic stop spread quickly. Caledonia police turned to its years-old body camera technology to show a different side of the story.
But if we did not have body cameras, I'm fearful that we would never really know exactly what happened here, and there would be a cloud of suspicion on the officer and the police department.
Online, questions linger about why the passengers were searched in the first place. Police say they pulled over the driver for going 18 miles over the speed limit. Once stopped, police say 2 people inside the car were not wearing seatbelts, refused to identify themselves, and when asked if they could be searched, agreed.
Aren't those $10 tickets for not having a seatbelt in the state of Wisconsin? You have like a person that would get a speeding ticket and then maybe 2 people who get seatbelt violations?
So they are $10 tickets in the state of Wisconsin. However, you have to be able to issue that citation to an individual. And if the individual doesn't identify themselves, they don't explain who they are, they don't say who they are, then you have to extend the length of that traffic stop because now you're trying to identify individuals who are otherwise unwilling to identify themselves.
Police say the only citation issued was to the driver for speeding. The chief says while no officers face discipline, he will see if changes need to be made.
This is a good opportunity for us to review the entire call for service to determine what happened from start to finish. This is an opportunity for us to look at it and ensure that we are, and if we're not, then we should make corrections.
All right, there's a lot of different parts of this story. It's kind of bizarre, but let's start here. Should this car have been searched based upon what we heard? Lieutenant Colonel?
No, I would say the car shouldn't be searched. There's 2 ways that a car can be searched, basically, and that's through a plain view doctrine, which there's a lot of Supreme Court cases that address that, or consent of the occupants. And I don't think the officer had either here. There's nothing that appears to be illegal in plain view. So I would say no on the car and possibly yes on the passengers because they were being charged with something and refusing to give their names.
Corey Pegues, your thoughts on that, or do you want to talk about the throwing the trash in the car? That part I didn't understand. What's going on there?
Well, I believe, just giving the officer the benefit of the doubt, what happened, what people don't realize is, his partner was outside talking to one of the guys, and he got the garbage from him. He handed it to him, and he just indiscriminately threw it in the back. The thing is, I saw this video a few days ago, and I was saying, wow, I can't believe this cop threw this in the back. It can't be drugs in there. There's no way there's drugs in there. But this is what I'm saying to police officers and departments around the country. The body cameras are the blessing and the curse. The blessing is for cops like this, the 90% cops that's out there doing the right job. The curse is going to be for the 10%. So pay them $150,000 to outfit your department. It could save you $2 million down the road.
Final story tonight from the NYPD Crime Stoppers. A suspect wanted for a violent robbery. All right, how do you track down this suspect? And Corey Pegues, in addition to that, what's going on in New York City?
New York City is on an uptick in crime right now. The streets are taking over. And in this particular case, it was a very violent case. We're going to track him by doing, again, the gumshoe police work. We're going to do a square mile area search at all the video cameras, try to get them. But what I'm also looking at is to maybe employ some street interrupters. Street interrupters are like former people that's been in jail, and they have a close relationship with the police department. They work closely with them because they're the ears and eyes to the street. You know, I formed this group in East Flatbush called a God Squad, which was comprised of a lot of pastors and their parishioners, helped them out a lot to solve some of the crimes. And that's what they need to do out there in New York City, bro. Got to get control of the streets. We can't let the perpetrators keep committing these violent crimes.
Lieutenant Colonel, your thoughts on that, on this last story?
Absolutely brutal. You could tell that person was knocked unconscious. But like Corey just said, you got to look at all the video in the area, keep bombarding the internet, the social media, and the news media with this video. This is some really good, high quality video. And I'm sure someone saw this guy with the gray hoodie and the gray pants and the red and white tennis shoes and red underwear. So I'm sure they can have a pretty good chance of finding this guy if they keep putting it on the internet.
I think the red underwear is going to do it. All right. Lieutenant Colonel Corey Pegues, awesome job. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
When we come back, folks, we're going to take you inside the courtroom. Big day at Court TV, including a verdict.
Welcome to Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice.
It's a big